In 1980, in the quiet, forest-wrapped town of Haripur, Uttar Pradesh, something unspeakable was stirring. It was the night of Amavasya, the new moon. As he entered the dense trees, an acrid smell. A humble woodcutter named Jagdish ventured deep into the forest to gather wood before dawn, filled the air. Something was burning. Fearing a fire that could engulf the forest, Jagdish ran toward the scent. But with every step, he felt an unseen presence following him. He called out several times, but no one answered. Then, black smoke began to swirl around him. Through the thick haze, he saw her, a woman draped in a black sari. Her face was hidden beneath a curtain of hair, but her eyes glowed blood red in the dim light. When Jagdish took a cautious step toward her, the woman vanished into the smoke. A moment later, the mist cleared, and what he saw next froze his blood. Lying in the middle of the forest was the body of Vishnu, a wealthy industrialist from Haripur. Thumb on his right hand missing. On his forehead was a circular mark, a demonic symbol that seemed to stare back at him. Terrified, Jagdish sprinted to the police station and reported everything. It was the second case in 2 months. During the previous new moon, police had found another mutilated body by the river. Neeraj Sahu, a local shopkeeper. His right thumb was missing too, and the same infernal symbol had been carved into his forehead. Inspector Ravi was in charge of the investigation. The more he studied the cases, the more he realized something truly horrifying was happening in Haripur. The police scoured every corner of the forest, but found nothing. When Ravi questioned locals about the 2 victims, he learned something deeply unsettling. Both Vishnu and Neeraj had already lost their thumbs before they were murdered. The mystery deepened. And then, on the next Amavasya night, Haripur descended into madness. That night, a doctor named Ajay had just returned home after a long shift at the hospital. After years of trying, he and his wife had finally been blessed with a baby boy. But when Ajay stepped into his house, it was strangely dark. Every light was off except for a few flickering oil lamps. He called out for his wife, but she didn't respond. Then, a strange sensation crept over him, the feeling of being watched. AJ picked up a lamp and turned around slowly. No one was there. Suddenly, out of the shadows, a woman appeared, her eyes glowing red like embers in the dark. Terrified, AJ dropped the lamp, and the light flickered out. When he finally switched on the lights, he saw her clearly. A woman in a black sari, her long hair wild and unkempt, staring at him with blazing red eyes that pierced through his soul. When Ajay asked who she was, she vanished into thin air. And then came the sound that made his heart stop, his baby crying uncontrollably from the bedroom. He ran inside and found his son sitting by the bed, crying and staring fixedly at the spot where the woman had disappeared. AJ bent down to pick up his son and froze. Under the bed lay his wife's lifeless body. Her head, hands, and legs were stitched together, but her torso was gone. On her face was the same demonic symbol he had seen on the other victims. Her right thumb, too, was missing. The news spread quickly, and Inspector Ravi arrived soon after. When he questioned Ajay, the doctor revealed a chilling secret. Despite years of trying, Ajay and his wife couldn't have a child. One day, someone told them about a mysterious cave deep in the forest, where women who practiced magic could grant any wish. Desperate, they decided to go. That evening, they entered the forest and searched for the cave. Suddenly, a strong wind began to howl, and voices echoed all around, many women calling out Ajay's wife's name. Following the voices, they found the cave, but when Ajay tried to enter, a woman in a black sari stopped him. Only his wife was allowed inside. He waited outside anxiously until he heard his wife's scream from within. Moments later, she emerged, her right thumb missing. No matter how much he begged, she never told him what had happened inside. Days later, she became pregnant. But after the child's birth, her behavior grew strange, unnatural, as if something had taken control of her. Inspector Ravi remembered that the same thing had been reported about the previous victims. Ajay told him he believed the women in the cave were witches, not practitioners of white magic, but masters of dark sorcery. They took people's thumbs to bind their souls, controlling them completely, and on every new moon, they sacrificed one of them. Ravi didn't believe in such superstitions, but everything happening in Haripur was forcing him to question his logic. That evening, he and a constable entered the forest. As they searched, the wind picked up, and the forest grew darker. Suddenly, Ravi heard someone screaming his name. Out of the darkness appeared the pale, ghostly figures of Neeraj, Vishnu, and Ajay's wife. Their bodies were colorless, their eyes pitch black, and they moved toward him in silence. The constable, terrified, couldn't see a thing. Then, without warning, the spirits vanished. Ravi, shaken and sweating, ordered his constable to call for backup. As the man ran off, the forest grew deathly silent, until Ravi heard women's voices calling his name again. He followed the sound through the trees until he found the cave Ajay had described. Inside, thick black smoke swirled around him. Through it, he saw her. The same woman in the black sari, her tangled hair falling over her face, her red eyes glowing like coals in the dark. Ravi followed her deeper into the cave, his flashlight trembling in his hand. When the constable returned with reinforcements, they found Ravi's lifeless body in the middle of the forest, head, arms, and legs crudely stitched together, the same demonic symbol carved on his forehead, and his right thumb gone. After that night, everyone in Haripur believed the truth. Witches lived in the forest, worshipping dark forces and offering human sacrifices to the devil himself. From that day on, no one ever entered those woods again. Even now, locals swear the witches still dwell there, waiting for their next victim under the new moon. The truth behind the case was never uncovered. But in Sharandaspur's Mandala murders, investigator Ria soon realizes these killings aren't ordinary crimes. They're tied to something far darker, secrets powerful enough to shake the world itself. What are these secrets? Why are the murders happening? And is the devil or dark magic truly behind it all?